Hello everybody, I'm Diane. Welcome to my channel Beyond the Sewing Room. So today I'm going to share a little fix-it with you. So the other day my husband went outside to clean the caravan and he'd put on a new t-shirt that morning that he'd not worn yet. Still got the labels on it. He took them off that morning. He'd not washed it, I know, before he wore it. We should do that, of course. But he just put it straight on, went outside to wash the caravan, washed the caravan, on his way back in, walking past a fence, ripped a big hole in it. He'd only had it on a few hours. And I said he should have got changed before he went outside doing that. But yeah, that I was only washing the caravan. This is what's happened. Can you see the size of that hole? I'm going to put it on the table to show you properly in a moment. But yeah, big hole right in the middle of where the graphics are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and repair that as best I can. Now, I think you're probably still going to be able to see faintly that there's been an accident on that t-shirt, but I'm hoping I'm going to get it as sort of invisible as I can. We'll see how that works out together, but I'm going to show you what I do step by step. So stick around for that. And also I'll share the last couple of days of what I've worn for MeMadeMay and what patterns I used or didn't use, because a couple of things I drafted myself as well. And I'll talk about that towards the end of the video. So first of all, we're going to try and fix this. So the first thing that I've done is I've taken a piece of interfacing. Now this is a dark coloured interfacing, a medium weight. And I've also taken a piece of, this is French terry. And I know it looks white on that side, but on the other side it's got a design on it, but it's a dark colour, so it was near enough. The only thing that I had that was sort of stretchy and in a similar colour to the dark sort of charcoal grey of this. So this is patterned, but once it's behind that interfacing, you can't really see that. And what I've done is I've machine stitched it all the way around just to hold it in place. The sticky part of the interfacing is facing outwards. That's because I'm going to try and place it behind the rip. I'm going to try and pin it in place. Then I'm going to iron it. And hopefully that will bring those edges, sort of butt them together before I start and try to repair it. So I'm hoping this is going to work. I mean, it may move around a little, but I'm going to iron that on first of all. And hopefully that will hold it a little while I try and make that repair. So I'll show you now on the table what I mean. I'm going to try and pin it in place. Now I've got lots of pins in here, but don't worry about that too much, because when I iron it in, I'm going to be taking these out, and then hopefully I'm going to use these colours that are in the print to try and stitch over it at those points to try and disguise it a little bit, so that you can see the writing more clearly, but not so much the bit where it's frayed. So I've had my hand behind it like this so that I'm not catching the back of the t-shirt, and I'm going to just go over that now with a hot iron to try and fuse that into place, that patch, before I start repairing it. And then any bulkiness of the patch on the other side, once I've stitched it all in place, I'll get rid of some of the bulkiness and trim it away. Just one thing to mention, get yourself a piece of scrap cotton or something. You're going to put that over the top before you press. You don't want to press directly onto that, obviously, because that will just stick to the iron because it's got print on it. So that, press it, and that will make your interfacing stick, and the interfacing is underneath. So cotton on top before the hot iron. So already that's looking a little bit better, look, because it's keeping it flat, but obviously this is going to fray back out again if we don't go over it, which is a shame. It wouldn't just stay like that. Maybe some fabric glue over the top would help that, I don't know. Or some fray guard over the top of it, but I haven't got any of that. So I'm going to do some stitches on it anyway. So I've changed the grey for now. I'm going to go over these bits with a tiny zigzag stitch. Right, I've changed my mind. I'm doing the light blue bits first because I've got the exact colour of the blue. Now I've got it on a tiny zigzag stitch and a tiny stitch length. And I'm just going over. I'm just going to pull that out of it because it feels like it's catching. That's it. I'm just going over the bits here where the writing is blue. And it's sort of fraying. I'm just going backwards and forwards. Maybe if you do this on all the lettering, it'll look like it's supposed to be like that anyway. Because the lettering will fade over time. Just skip to this bit here. Just the grey now. My only concern is that my grey is not exactly this colour. I may do this by hand from the other side actually. So because my thread doesn't exactly match, I'm doing this by hand. So I'm catching the frayed bits in to the bit that I've put on the other side. Doing it with tiny stitches. I'm just trying to catch it in as I go. Now, if I just zigzag over it in this colour like I've done with the blue, I think it will be really obvious. So maybe I could do that at a later date if I get that thread, but the thing is, if I wait for a later date, this job will get put to one side probably. So it's better that I do it like this for now, and then I can always zigzag over it later if I feel it needs it, but it's looking okay. As I said, it's not going to be completely invisible. There's probably people out there that can make it look completely invisible. I'm sure you'll let me know what I've done wrong. But this will get worn still. And that's better than it going in the bin, isn't it? Or rag bag. So, if you can see, that's not going to be too obvious now, look. I've just seen another little bit of blue that I need to go over there with the machine, look. A bit more. I'll do that in a moment. So here it is finished. As I said, it's not perfect, but it is much better than a big hole in the t-shirt. I think it looks pretty much okay to say it had a great big gaping hole in it. So I hope that helped. I know my husband will wear it now, so I'm really pleased with it. So much better than it being discarded just because you've caught it on something. Let me know how you get on if you try that. So I'm now just going to quickly share my last couple of days of what I've worn for MeMadeMay. So the first one, which I'm going to pop up here, is I was wearing the Morgan jeans in green denim. So you may have seen from a previous video, I shared this denim that I got from Annie's on Abbeydale Road in Sheffield. And it was a remnant piece and I managed to get the jeans out of it. So it's these jeans. I've actually got a little, the Morgan, a little bit on there saying raise the waist next time, because I do like jeans to come up a little higher, and these are a boyfriend fit, so they're supposed to sort of fit lower at the front. But next time I'm going to try making them with the with a sort of rise on the top to make them come closer to my waist. So that's just a little note to me on there, but they do fit great and I wore them twice. So I wore them here as shown in the image, and the top that I'm wearing it's a version of this one from Newlook. I don't know if you can get this pattern anymore. I think it came with a magazine years and years ago and I've used it so many times for the trousers. And the top, I made it into a dress, I made it into different tops. So I really like this feature where it pleats on this side into this yoke piece. Yeah, yoke piece at the top here on one side. And on my top, in the image, it's in a jersey and then I've added a sleeve myself. So that's what I'm wearing in that picture. And then the next picture is the Morgan jeans again, this time with a style arc top. I can't remember which pattern that one is. And the reason I can't remember is I know I've lent this pattern out to my friend, so she's got that at the moment, and I can't remember which style arc pattern it is. So it's style arc top, and that particular fabric is called Retro Rockery, and that fabric is from Minerva. That's a viscose challis fabric. And then today I'm wearing this skirt, which is a pencil skirt, and it's Simplicity 8652. I did share the other day that I was going to reattach that waistband because I've made it shorter. I am wearing it today, so I'll put the picture here, and it's much better to walk in now. It's got that lovely kick plate to the back, so it's Simplicity 8652 as I said. And if you want to be able to walk in it, you need it close to your knee because it does come down lower and it's a pencil fit. So if you walk the dogs a lot like I do, you'll want to make it a little bit shorter. So that's that. And then the top I'm wearing, this one, it's a jersey vest and it's a self-drafted pattern, so I can't share that with you. It's got a little band at the bottom in the same fabric, and then here I finished it just with bias binding. So that's MeMadeMay so far. I hope you enjoyed the little repair there. Let me know how you get on if you try it out. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.